first thing you'll notice about the 3DS are the two cameras on the outside and the one camera on the inside. The two cameras are used for taking 3D pictures. But let me just say the picture quality on this thing is miserable. I mean, it's hard to start out on such a bad note like that, but you can't really expect too much. Another thing you'll notice about the 3DS is the fact that there's a circle pad right next to the D-pad. Let me just say, it feels so much better than the PSP. It has a greater move range and just makes playing games a little bit more fluent. It feels so much better. I happen to have the black version, and it gets a lot of fingerprints on it really quickly. You know what else I don't understand? Whatever happened to GBA games? If you have something that can play 3D games, why can't you play an old game? I mean, come on! Now how am I supposed to play GBA games? Oh yeah, I forgot. Not to mention the launch titles. I only have Street Fighter 4. It also has The Sims, but that's about as good as it's gonna get with the launch titles. I mean, come on! Where's my Mario? Where's my Zelda? Thankfully, it is backwards compatible with old DS games, however, you won't be able to play any 3DS games on an old DS. 3DS cartridges have a weird growth or tumor, so you can't insert it into an old DS. Do you like my sister's pink DS? This time around, the power button is located below the A, B buttons. There is a button that turns off or on wireless on the side. The volume's over here, and it comes with a 2GB SD card, which I found incredible. In the end, it's just so much more convenient than buying your own. The start and select buttons are at the bottom, in addition to a home button, which I'll get into in just a second. Like you'd expect, you can charge the 3DS directly from the top. Just plug that right in there. Or, something I like to do even more, it comes with a power mat, and all you have to do is lay the 3DS down, and it starts charging. This is the home menu. You'll be able to get back here anytime you want to just by pressing the home button. This is a variety of things such as system settings, the game you actually want to play, augmented reality games, face raiders, and everything else. This is the 3DS camera. I believe the cameras are 0.3 megapixels, which isn't too impressive, but I'd rather that than spend $50 more. Basically, this is the camera. It's just a camera, and it can take incredible 3D pictures. I know I said the cameras take horrible quality pictures, but the fact that the pictures are 3D makes up for everything. Makes up for more than that. These are what the pictures actually look like when you bring them over to the computer via the 2GB SD card. Next is the 3DS sound system, and just like all the other DSs, this came with a microphone. So basically, what we have here is we can record our own sounds, and now we can play them back and apply different effects. And basically, I personally don't see when I would ever find a use for this. I mean, I didn't find this all too enjoyable, but I don't know, little kids have an obsession with making things sound higher, lower, faster, whatever. And it also came with this other feature that basically lets you apply effects such as electric fan, trumpet, low, high harmony. And basically, I don't see when I would ever use this. I mean, maybe you're completely looking forward to this. I don't know, you're you, not me, but I personally can't find a use for this. I'm sorry. This is the Mii Maker, and if you ever made a Mii on a Wii, oh lord. If you ever created a Mii on a Wii console before, you'd probably be familiar with this. The big selling point with this, though, is the fact that you can use the inside camera to take a picture of yourself, and it'll generate a Mii for you. This is pretty fun, but let me just say, it generates some of the ugliest Miis. Like, this thing might as well just come out and say, dude, you are so ugly it hurts me. Because basically, whenever I've done this, I have a ginormous nose, or I don't have, my face is all squished together. 3DS is pretty insulting, to be honest, so that's, basically we just have to pick our hairstyle and, eye color just for this so it knows, you know, what to look for, and oh god, oh lord, I don't really look like that, do I? Guys, I don't really look like that, do I? If you're not happy with the Mii that the 3DS made for you, you can always tweak it to your liking. Another awesome feature is Street Pass. When your 3DS meets another 3DS, Miis are exchanged. When a Mii's in your plaza, you can see the original creator, their birthday, what they like to do, and there are some weird games like Find Me and this weird puzzle game that I'll probably never get into, but this definitely is an awesome feature for the 3DS. Unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about the 3DS's augmented reality games. What this does is you place the card on the table, and the 3DS uses the card as a reference point to make things appear out of the ground, which are not really there. This results in some pretty fun games, some weird figurine thing with classic Nintendo characters such as Kirby, Samus, Mario, and to be honest, it's a really cool feature. Like, when I show my friends this, they're all in awe. They're like, oh my god, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, and, well, to be honest, it really is. It's just, there's no other way to say it. Like, look at that. Nothing there. I mean, it's not magic, it's a 3DS. No, but to be honest, it's definitely worth it. Definitely. Face Raiders is a pretty cool game that comes with the 3DS. Basically, you take a picture of someone's face, and then using the 3DS's gyroscope, you move around and try to shoot the face, that's actually flying around in your environment. It's actually a really cool feature, and it definitely passes the time, but you kind of look a little bit dumb when you're just pointing your DS around in public, so this is definitely a game to play on your own. I can't exactly show you any gameplay examples right now because, I have to record this with a camcorder, but. The activity log is a small but useful feature in the 3DS, which basically shows what games you've played, how much you've played them, the steps you take, because, 3DS comes with a pedometer. And, basically, it either tells you you're a fat ass or you're really active. No, I'm just kidding, but, it's definitely a cool feature. I know a lot of you are going to be happy about this one. Each game doesn't have its own friend code anymore. There's just one friend code, and you have a friends list. I know you still have to use friend codes, which I think is pretty dumb. But, it's definitely better than the Wii. Where every game has its own friend code. That was just friggin' ridiculous. You'll be able to use the circle pad for games like Pokemon Black version or any DS game that came out before the 3DS. But I tend to find it a lot easier just to use the D-pad. I mean, that's how the DS was meant to be played. And this is the question that comes to everyone's mind. Is it 3D? Well, to be honest, yes, it is 3D. It seriously lives up to everything that was expected from it and more. There is no question about is it 3D or is it not 3D. In all, I give the 3DS an 8 out of 10. It doesn't even compare to that old DS Lite I had that I traded in to get my 3DS. The launch titles are absolute crap, though. I mean, with the exception of Street Fighter and The Sims and maybe a game I'm forgetting, it's awful. But the camera is alright. I mean, you can live without it. The all the things it comes with, like the pedometer, the gyroscope, all those things that you don't even realize you have, that are just so awesome. You just, one day you're like, oh yeah, I have that. To be honest, it is definitely worth the money. Yes, it is 3D. Go out and buy one. Please, for the love of God, go out and buy one. It is awesome, guys. This has been Life's a Noob. I'll talk to you later.